is, write this down, www.namechk.com. Do you think it's important to own your name? I can tell you stories. I'm going to give you one. There was a gentleman, namechk.com. When I first moved to Dallas, I met one of the most amazing people when I was here. The guy funded over 300 technology companies. So to me, he was just the most plethora of information, right? He's a venture capitalist. He had a huge portfolio of companies like mine. Is he good information?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He had a huge finance show. He was on the radio, had a huge office downtown. People were doing anything and everything they could to get in. For some reason, him and I clicked. We wound up getting along really good. He kind of adopted me and started teaching me and sharing information with me. We kind of split ways. I went on with my companies, and he went on with his, and I get a call 10 years later, and he says, Jennifer, you remember when we had that conversation about you wanted me to get all this digital stuff in place, and I told you that wasn't necessary, that I'm a referral relationship, that I'm based on referrals, I've been in Dallas for 60 years, and everybody knows me, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah? He was like, we have an issue. When I had first met him, he had taken me to lunch like the fourth time that we met, and he told me that he had went through some legal problems about 35 years prior to when I met him. And he said, I'd just like to lay it on the table and let you know what happened. I was protecting a friend. I was like, okay, cool, next. I didn't think about it. I appreciated him telling me. However, there was articles that were written about that. The person that wrote the articles is dead. The courts requested that those articles get removed from the website, the original, it's a large publication, a magazine, that they get removed from the magazine, which they did. 10 years later, he's down to one staff, no portfolio of customers. He paid an SEO company $20,000 a month for 12 months to try and push this article down. Now, he doesn't get a fourth lunch. So even worse than that, think about it for you particularly, your name, your brand. If any, do we have Yahoo customers?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You know the ones have you talking to the top of your car on the way home? Right? Okay. They can do some really malicious things now. They can go out and post a negative comment, they can post a negative review. Unfortunately, we're so quick to make decisions that when we Google somebody's name or we Google a brand and what we see is something negative, the average person doesn't go, you know what, one negative comment, obviously they probably have a portfolio of 3,000 customers, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to make that base my decision. Do you think that people operate more on the, I'm not going to move forward with them, or more on the, I'm just going to go somewhere else? They do.
People are focused on the negative. That's what the news media has trained them.
Absolutely. So, I'm starting with this because I'd like to put a little bit of fear into everybody that if you're on the fence of whether you need to become aware and become involved in digital media, worst case scenario for defensive purposes, you don't want to get into a defensive environment where you have to fight for something. Play offense. Learn enough that you can protect your name, protect your brand. Now we can start talking about how to make money online. Is that fair? So everybody's in? Any naysayers? Anybody that says, you know what, I'm not getting online. Don't want to. Don't like it. Oh, I saw some. We don't have a choice. So A, you have time. B, you have money. Pick. Right? A, you're going to do it, and you're going to learn it. Or B, you're going to outsource it. You have to pick. There is no middle ground. We have to pick.